right, Ty, we haven't done a Coach Tyvis segment in a while. And you mentioned on Tuesday some of the Travis Hunter defensive back techniques that you wanted to show us and enlighten us, teach us a little bit about. So Ant's going to do a FanDuel. I'm going to pass the iPad over to you. And we're going to do a little Coach Tyvis DB breakdown on Travis Hunter coming up after this.
Yeah, guys, the NBA playoffs are almost here, and FanDuel is giving new customers an incredible way to get in on all the action. Right now, when you join FanDuel and place your first $5 bet, you'll get $250 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Plus, after the game tips off, you can even combine live prop bets into same-game parlays for a chance to win big. Don't miss out on all the betting fun. Head to FanDuel.com/UCSS and claim your $250 in bonus bets today.
And with that, we welcome back Coach Tyvis to the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show, breaking down some Travis Hunter defensive back film. This is Tyvis' first time using the teleshirt and the iPad. So if there's any technical difficulty, bear with the man. But, Steve, let's take it and let's see Coach Tyvis show us why Travis Hunter can succeed as a defensive back on the next level.
Look at that, man. We got a couple dollars around here now. Anyways, so for this first play, this is a cover 2. So for people that don't know cover 2, that safety's got that. He will be a flat player. His job is to make this guy go inside, release, and then he's supposed to sink off, let the ball take him to the flats. When you see this play, you'll have this guy, he'll go in and do a slant. You'll have this guy come out on the wheel. Come out on the wheel route. And as a flat player, this is your responsibility, this flat play.
So that's Travis on the boundary.
Travis is in the boundary, okay? When you look at this play, Travis has incredible ball skills, okay? Right now, he's selling it to the quarterback. He's doing exactly what I said. You're supposed to take this guy. You let the ball take you back down to this, okay? Travis keeps his eyes on the quarterback the entire time, and when he sees that the ball is going, he breaks on it, and he just makes a really great play. And this is just things that you can't be taught. This is what makes him so instinctual, is that he can pull this type of stuff off, because if you're a quarterback, you think to yourself, oh, he's gone. When I looked over there the first time, he had already took off up the field with this wheel, so as a smart quarterback do, you go to your check down, which would be that guy, and he's come all the way back, put his foot in the ground, and made a play. And that's what to me, this is the stuff that you can't teach. You know, this is what makes him special. For this next clip right here he is down in the building. Now, he's playing off a little bit, but it's the same concept. This is like a cover 2 type concept to where he is. All right, so let me break it down. So you got the little hitch play right here, and you got this guy doing a 7 cut. This is called a smash 7. When you're playing a cover 2, which he is, but he's not. It's like a man type thing, but it's definitely cover 2, because I could just tell how this guy's playing. This guy right, hold on, excuse me. How that guy right there was playing, they're playing cover 2. So he's doing
trash can to erase all the lines.
He's doing a really good job of selling this. And what he did, hold on. Gosh, I can't get it to stop when I want it to stop. Right here. All right, right here. He's wrong, because he shouldn't be jumping this. You let the ball take you to this. You let the quarterback's eyes take you to this, and you break down. Your responsibility is to back up and make the quarterback put air on this, because the safety is playing inside out of this, and it's very hard for him to get to that sideline. So you want to take that throw away. What Travis do is what they call putting cheese on it. He bites down and makes this quarterback think he's taking that. So the quarterback is like, oh, I got that wide open. And he shows his athleticism again. Boom, makes a great play. Like, this is just stuff that you can't teach. Now,
can he do that in the NFL?
That's exactly what's my next point. The difference between this and the NFL is Patrick Mahomes is throwing this ball.
Right.
Josh Allen is throwing this ball. So you can't really play around with it too much. Like, you can go out there and you can try to see how good you can be. And I encourage you to do it. That's something that you do in practice. It's something you do in the preseason. You try to see what you can get away with. But when you get to NFL game day, Sunday, regular season, you better get off of this, because these guys will make this throw and you won't get there in time. Like, a good quarterback is going to throw that and it's going to fly right past you. So that is something that he needs to work on. He's got to be more clean. I'm not telling him he's not going to be able to put cheese on things, but you got to be a little bit more clean. The risk, you can't take them like that. Next clip. All right, we got another cover 2 again. Now this is great. He got some good feet. He got some good feet and good
looks
hips.
like he got beat on the inside move, but then
no, he didn't. He ain't get beat.
That's not getting
He didn't get beat on this side because he's playing heavy inside. He's playing cover 2 because he's done his work. See, the thing about this play right here is if you keep your eyes on the quarterback, I tell you all the time, look at the front tip. If you look at this quarterback's front tip, his eyes and his shoulders already facing this way. So Travis knows that I need to be inside. So this guy is thinking, if he runs this slant, I'm jumping this slant. Okay? Hold on, let me get that off. I can't get it off. It's froze.
Let me see it, Ty. Pass it. All right. So keep explaining it while I figure this out. You turn the.
Anyways, so that inside slant is already taken away right now. So that quarterback, let me see it. That receiver then wheels out, whips out, boom. I don't know if this was a planned route or not because the way he looked like he wanted to go there, boom, he stops and goes in. Now, quarterback again is like, okay, he jumped the inside, but he did a really good job of playing this. This is where Travis Hunter, to me, plays like Marcus Peters, to where it ain't right, but he sees the ball. He plays the ball very, very well. He's not necessarily playing the man. He's playing the quarterback in the ball. So he's already gave the cheese that he's going with it. The quarterback thinks that this guy is open. He leaves his assignment and goes and makes a play. And like I say, this is stuff that you can get in trouble for doing this a lot. But
it's a hell of a play, though.
He makes a ton of plays. He makes up for other people's mistakes because quiet as it's kept, them linebackers should have turned around and caught this. This is the linebackers play. This guy right here. He's supposed to turn around and get that. But Travis just sees the ball, and he sees what the quarterback is doing, and he's making a play. Now, what I'll say is, this is what I was talking about on Tuesday, to where it's like, he can get away with these things in college because he's just a better athlete than all of these receivers. In the NFL, Jamar Chase, if that's Jamar Chase, you're not doing that. Like, you have to play Jamar Chase.
You're not leaving
Yeah,
Jamar
you're
Chase.
not about to just leave Jamar Chase because Joe's going to be like, okay, boom, he's going to zip it right to him. So those are the things to me that it kind of concerns me a little bit. I have to see him do it in the NFL. Not saying that it hasn't happened, because I say Marcus Peters was the guy that if you watch him, as I was in the NFL, they would say, do not watch Marcus Peters because what he does is wrong. But he led the league in picks because he would literally go rob something that had nothing to do with him.
So Peters would have a bunch of picks, but he'd get beat a lot too.
Because if the quarterback realizes, like, if I look him off or something, like, he's going to take off with it, and his dude is just wide open. So it's a lot of breakdowns. And then this one right here, this is just like a good two-man rep for you. Now, two-man for me, for a lot of people, is you take away the underneath routes. So you got your safeties who's going to probably be back here over the thing. Your job is to play underneath. If he runs a slant, you come underneath. If he runs an out, you go underneath. You basically play all underneath routes. And I could tell that's kind of how he was playing because he kind of lets the guy gets past him, and then, boom, he sinks underneath and takes everything underneath away. And this is just the ball skills. This is what makes, to me, why he's the best corner in this draft. It's because he has the ability to do that. I mean, the dude looks like a wide receiver. And I always say that picks is much better than pass deflections. If you're doing this, guys will leave you alone. And this is why, to me, he should be the number 2 pick for the Browns, and he should play. I know people is like, we had the conversation with G about would he be the starting corner. I'd probably put him at nickel, and I probably think about the G New thing, trading him at the deadline or on draft night to get more picks. Okay, we in the next play. Sorry about that.
And this just, I put the 3, because you talked about press coverage.
Yes.
I just put 3 press coverage plays back to back.
Let me see. So I mentioned that he's a false stepper. So that, hold on, let me see if I can try to stop it right quick. All right, right there. You see how he takes this foot right here? That first step goes forward. That's called a false step. You're not supposed to do that. And he's an inch out guy. I was a step kick guy, meaning that I would step as soon as the receiver moved, I pick my foot up and put it back down. Because when you go up against a wide receiver, the first thing they're gonna do off the line is give you the shake. And you want to stay in there. You don't want to just bite everything. So you take that first step, pick it up, put it back down, just to give you a rhythm step, and then you kick out of it and let him declare what his route is. But in this case, he's doing an inch or scooch out technique, meaning that you press and you kind of back up, let him do his dance, and then he picks a side, and then you take off and go with him on the route. Boom. Good hand, good stab right there. He stays on top of the route. Like, that is so important to finish right there. Because right now, if the quarterback is looking right there, he's done. It's like, I can't, that guy's out of the play. I can't go there. I can't wait for you because I got Myles Garrett. I got all these good pass rushers, Michael Parsons. All these guys is coming after me. So if you're in this position, the quarterback's already moving on to the next assignment. So that is wonderful right there. What you seen the ball take off. Again, this time he goes inside. He probably need to work on that little kick a little bit on that inside. But nevertheless, he gets hands on him, and he stays underneath. That's a great way to finish on that route because now the quarterback has to put air on it. A lot of people don't realize that the 7 cut is one of the hardest throws for a quarterback to make because you're putting air on the ball and you're throwing it away to the sideline. To try to keep that in bounds is a very tough throw. Last one, little false step again at the top. Boom. I like that little got some little hands at the top.
That's what I wanted to ask.
The hands at the top is what it is, you know.
Is he in danger of illegal contact and defensive holding and pass interference calls? Because he's really physical. It
all depends on who is the referee. To me, this is clean. Because the receiver's throwing his hands, he's throwing his hands. They're going to let you do the little pitter-patter thing. Like now he got to let go there. He got to let. Anytime you tug the jersey, they're gonna call it.
He's had a couple where I thought that's a flag in the NFL.
Yeah, if you tug the jersey like this, that's clean. That's clean. It's over. The route's over. The referee's not gonna call it. This right here, right there, you got to let it go. Let it go. Let it go because they're gonna call it.
The last one,
and then this one right. See, that's just he threw his arm. If he throw his arm, you're allowed to throw your arm.
The one before you got into the press coverages, I thought for sure that was a flag.
You go back to the previous clip, Ty? Yeah. Or next
After
clip?
that. I think it's this one. That's a flag, is it not? I mean, he's
close.
10 yards down the field.
It's close.
He's jacking him 10 yards right there.
It's close.
How is that close?
It's close. No, because I would say they would call illegal contact. He would have to get coached out of that. If you're going to do that, just do it earlier.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. If you're going to be in a 2-man anyways, you're supposed to let him beat you down the field.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be in a trail technique to be able to undercut it. This is something that, you're only going to get away with this in college. In the NFL, he would probably press up, let the guy beat him, and then you just undercut everything like that. So he could be coached out of that one.
Okay.
That's not that bad.
Ty, question after watching these, and great breakdown, by the way.
Thank you.
This is awesome.
I know more about defensive back play than I probably should, but he's clearly an incredible athlete. Like one-of-one athlete in college, probably the best guy athletically on the field every time he steps on the field. From what you've seen from his DB tape, Ty, is he going to get away with some of the stuff that he was in college because of how good of an athlete he just naturally was? Or is that not is it going to be more technique-based for him to have success at that position?
No, he's definitely got to work on this. He got to clean his technique up for sure. Like I said, the NFL, all you need is a small step. One little thing wrong, these guys will beat you on the route. And like I said, that's when I had the conversation on Tuesday where I was like, the only thing that scares me is that he played in the Big 12, not the Big 10, not the SEC.
Yeah.
You know, you look at those two as the top conferences, and you see some of the talent that he's gone against. It's like, yeah, you can get away with that because you're a better athlete than those guys. But if you were going up against skill for skill, a guy that's just as good as you, obviously the thing that makes a difference is your technique and your fundamentals. And for a guy who plays both sides of the ball, I was saying, like, he doesn't have enough time to perfect one thing. He's never tried to just perfect being a corner. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be little things that he slip up on, that little technique things that he don't have because he doesn't spend all day and night trying to figure those things out, because he's also trying to figure out how to be a really good wide receiver as well, which he's still got to clean some things up on that side of the ball.
What part of those two, and then Jason, you go, what part of those two play off each other? Like, if he helps improve and cleans up some of the little technique from a defensive back standpoint, would that also help him?
It would.
As a receiver?
You know why? Because it was the same thing that I did when I was playing receiver in high school. When you're, as a wide receiver, to make him succeed is that he knows what he's not good at. So I'm gonna do it to you because I know if I can't do it, you probably can't do it. Yeah. So as soon as you turn your hips, boom, I'm ready to break out of my things too. So it would help him be a better wide receiver. As far as the DB goes, I gotta say, if you're playing nickel, like, they would have to scheme it up in a way where, like, you're maybe a zone guy, or if we need you to play man, you're gonna have the safety be a robber on the other side, like stuff like that, because it's not gonna be perfect, because if you're gonna play DB in the NFL, you got to do it every. You know how many times I step kicked in my life? I used to sit in my hotel room and just do the technique over and over again because you just need to be. It got to be crisp. It's got to be a thing that you can't think about. And for him, he's used his athletic ability to get away with a lot of things. And I'm telling you, in the NFL, it's not gonna work. It's just not. If you can try to sell like you got that. It's cover 2, and I'm about to just run with this. Like you not about to come back. Patrick Mahomes is completing that ball. I'm telling you. Yeah. So you have to be on it. And I think that's just something that he'll learn in preseason and things like that. Overall, I still think I would take him with number 2 though.
Logistically, what meeting room is it more important for him to be in during the week?
Good question.
Offense.
Offense?
Yeah. Defense.
Why?
Because when you play DB, Jason, it's only 5 things that it can be. You either playing man-to-man, cover 2, cover 3, or cover 4. That's it. That's all it can be. Receiver, you got to know if I'm lined up this spot, I got this route. If the formation flips, you got to know this. It's a whole bunch of stuff that you got to know to where DB is not a lot of mental stuff. But for offense, it is. Like, you got to know as a wide receiver, okay, this nickel's blitzing, so now I'm the hot player. Now my route changed. Like, you got to know these type of things where DB, that's not the case. Like, you tell me what the call is. We playing man-to-man. All right, cool. I got this man. That's all I need to know.
So if he's trying to do both, if he's spending the bulk of his time in the receivers room, how much time does he have to be in the DB room?
I mean, he just needs to know the communication.
Well, that's been a problem in Cleveland. That's kind of where I was going with it. Is how many times have we seen second breakdowns of the secondary because they're not in the right calls? So you got one playing.
Jason, I don't know why it's so hard to come up with hand signals. Like, I really don't understand it. Like, what is this pride thing that we have in this secondary that we can't give a signal? So what that they know what we in? Who cares if they know what we in? The biggest question is, is all of us on the same page? Because if that's the case, we are all talented enough to make them have to beat us. But if we giving them wide open touchdowns where guys are streaking down the field, like that's dumb to me. It is the one thing in football that upsets me more than anything. Coverage bust. I can't stand it. I cannot stand watching coverage bust.
Is there a higher risk of him being in the wrong coverage
if
he's not in the meetings?
No, because he'll benefit from a couple of things. One, the Mike linebacker is standing right there and he's going to tell him to call. 2, the safety's right behind him. He's going to tell him to call.
Hopefully.
I would think.
Hopefully.
You would think. He better.
And
he better. Because for the safety's sake, he need to know that this dude need to know this because he's helping me out. So he better tell him what he is.
Is it fair to say he's a better boundary corner than MJ Emerson right now?
No, that's not fair.
That's not fair?
No, that's not fair. That's not fair to say.
If you draft him too and think he's the best cornerback in the draft, he better be a better boundary corner than MJ.
That's not fair to say because MJ Emerson he literally just had one bad year. His first year was so great. Like, if you look at his completion, like what he gave up, like it was incredible. It was one of the top in the league. And then last year, he just kind of fell on his face because of I don't know what the heck happened to that kid. But I told y'all it was going to happen. I told y'all that it was something about him that they figured out the end of last season or 2 years ago that it was going to affect him last season. But now that this is a contract year for MJ, see, that's the thing. This is where I'm trying to figure out with the Browns. I'm trying to get the feeling for the Browns. We know that they want to pay one of their corners, right? Whether it's MJ or G.
Do we know they want to?
I feel like they do. Like, I feel like you want to pay one of them because maybe they ain't gonna break the bank, but you got to pay one of them.
What if it's Travis?
Yeah, that's the question.
Okay, you still got to pay the other one. If Travis is gonna play the boundary corner, who's playing nickel?
That's what I wanted to ask you.
If Travis is playing nickel, who's playing boundary corner? So that's what I'm saying. Like, you got to keep one of them, G. or Martin Emerson.
Well, they draft another one if they don't think either's worth the money.
It depends on the season that.
Yeah.
If MJ plays boundary corner this season, well, first of all, it ain't no boundary corners. It's left and right. Okay.
If he plays well, he's getting paid. If he doesn't, they're probably moving on.
College is because the hash marks.
Right.
See, in the NFL, the hashes is inside, so technically there's no field or no boundary. But if Martin Emerson plays that, what is he playing? Right corner. If he's playing right corner this season, and he has a good season, you have to pay him.
Yes.
Like, you have to. And you just let Travis be the guy who's athletic, who uses, when think about it, one of the most athletic persons in the secondary is the nickel because he has to be quick, twitchy, has to be able to come up and tackle.
go both ways.
All those things. So he would actually be really perfect for that. He's just got to be willing to put his nose in there and make some tackles. That's the one thing that I worry about. If he's involved in the run game, which G. New said that since Schwartz has come in, it's really helped them in the run game, where the nickel don't have to be number one in the run game, which whatever that is. But it's going to come a time where they got to make some tackles against some really good running backs, especially in this conference or this division. He's got to make those tackles.
I don't think it's realistic. Tell me if I'm wrong. I don't think it's realistic to expect Travis Hunter to be a right cornerback, 70 plays, and a full-time offensive player.
That's why I will put him at nickel. Maybe you get some base. I mean, everybody runs 11 and 10 personnel nowadays, but just some
You're
team.
in nickel so much.
I know,
that's
what I'm saying. But sometimes you still might get a Pittsburgh come out in 22 or 12 personnel. Like, all right, that's at least one play he's off to oppose to the whole game.
I think he's more of a third down cornerback than your everyday nickel.
I don't know.
If he's going to play receiver, I don't think he'd be nickel just because of the wear and tear and tackling some point.
Well, that's. I know this is. It depends on the player. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you can't answer this at all. How many plays off does he need to keep his wind and keep his legs?
I think it's impossible to predict because he did it in college at a race that we never saw before. Yeah. So
I mean, some of them play drives, when you get to like 10 play drives, like everybody on defense is gassed.
Yes, yeah.
So I would imagine for him, like if he plays wide receiver, it's not like he's in every single play. Like he'll be one of those guys that rotates in and blah 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 blah. So I think he'll naturally get a blow in the game. His blows just won't be that long. Like usually people need like 3-4 plays. Obviously when the offense go 3 and out, the defense is upset. But like, all right, at least you gave me 4 plays to get my breath. Yeah. For him, he might get like 2 plays off and got it rolled. But
it'll be
the thing is, he's conditioned to do it because he's done it in high school and in college. So it ain't nothing foreign to him.
It'll be fascinating to see how any team, potentially the Browns, use him on the next level because he's already done things we've never seen before at the collegiate level. The question is now, will it translate to the pros?